Welcome, fellow dreamers, and welcome to the next segment of Healing Messages from Lemuria, or I think I named it Lemurian Healing Messages. I want to show you something cool. I got the oracle cards to fit in the tarot card box. Now my trunk is more organized. If you don't know, I keep all my cards, my tarot and oracles in a big trunk, and I keep the trunk in the bed because I have to sleep next to them to charge them. Lower this so you can see the cards. Okay, we got one sticking up already. See what healing messages Adama has for us today. The lovely Adama. Alright. Oh. Okay. I have the Wheel of Fortune. Oh, that sounds good. 10 of Chalices in reverse. And Justice. Okay. So, if, you've had, you know, your Wheel of Fortune taken away from you by someone in your life unfairly, justice is coming, and you may even be the harbinger of it. So that's a good sign. That is a great sign. I like that. Let's pull some oracles from, you know, Beyond Lemuria oracle cards. There we go. One sticking up here. Two. Okay. So going hand in hand with Wheel of Fortune, we have healing. I'm going to turn this down so you can see. The Lemurians were healers, naturally intuitive and accustomed to navigating energetic-based realities. We all have natural healing abilities that are advanced when we deepen our energetic awareness. When we perceive the world beyond the more well-known senses, we start to receive information and wisdom different from that which stems from intellect. By tapping into life force consciousness and using this abounding energy alongside focused intention, we realize that anything is possible. Extend the margins of your awareness. Revisit a situation from a broader perspective, higher vibration, with a focus on healing. Perhaps the issue is simply outdated or limiting perception placement. You have the ability to align to a fresh timeline inspired by wholeness. And I love that this is paired with the Wheel of Fortune, which I have drawn the gold ball that Adama would use to contact God, and to be the Wheel of Fortune for the Lemurian deck. I'll have to do a video where I explain the individual artistic meaning of each card. But, you know, a lot of people thought he was crazy and, like, brushed him off as crazy for using this ball to, like, foresee so much of the future, like, especially the doom of Lemuria. Like, nobody believed him. And it just goes to show you that it pays to have an open mind, you know? You don't want to be closed-minded. You don't want to just look at the world all black and white. You want to have an open perspective to things, you know? Especially spiritual things. I mean, it's just, I mean, science can't exist without religion, after all, you know, and spirituality. And they go hand in hand. You can't just have one without the other. And, I think this is the chakra system on the back here, too. Right off the bat, this one kind of reminds me of a seraphim angel. Air paradigm shift. This is the time of tremendous change, and the speed of our evolution is increasing exponentially. We can build energetic sovereignty inspired by others, connect dots and receive and share the knowledge and tools needed for transformation. As we wake up, we can't help but awaken those around us. It may start with an inquiry on what this fresh, new, and long-awaited breath is all about. An expansive being holds a tiny, heart-shaped seedling. When the foundation we build on comes from a place of love over fear, we will send a huge positive change in the world. We will see a huge positive change in the world. We can start with ourselves. You know what? This card right here, let me turn it upside down so you can see it. Or right side up, it's already reversed. But this is our wedding cake from mine and Adama's wedding. We married my angel separately, but, like on a different occasion, but, I married Adama first, and this was our wedding cake, and you know, like, I think this is another encouragement to pursue shadow work and get involved and get in touch with your shadow self and bond with your shadow self, like I did with Adama, and to become whole, because that's the end goal of shadow work. You want your shadow self to become a part of you. You know, as you know, Adama now resides in the right side of my body. And, he is now one of my two husbands. And, I think what he's trying to say here is now that we are one, this time of misfortune is coming to an end on both our sides. Our time of being taken advantage by people is coming to an end. Our time of loss is coming to an end. And, you know, I think Adama is also trying to say that if you become one with your shadow self, your time of being lost, of losing things and being taken advantage of will also come to an end. Okay. Looks like Hope decided to make an appearance. Throat, so this one's with the Justice card. Throat chakra, express your truth. Okay, it's interesting that this one was paired with the Justice card, which, if this is Redmane, my dragon burning a bridge. And that brings me back to a saying. This is why I chose this art for this card. It said on Twitter, like it was on my Twitter, it said, "Do not be afraid to burn bridges to keep drama from following you." And I retweeted it with the word Dracaris. Even though, you know, you say Draconis actually to get them to breathe fire, but still, I think George R.R. Martin took some inspiration from that and made Dracarys. This chakra is the origin of expression. And I also would like to point out, too, that, like, I mean, where does dragon fire come from? The throat. And, a lot of the times, words burn bridges. It is the source of the life spark that inspires your aliveness and strokes the creative fires in others. This is the outer sharing of your inner being, the glowing song of your soul on the winds of your flight, to understanding more of who you are. Connect to the crux of your potential and take it further than you could have imagined. As spirit fuses into the tangible, it actualizes as a platform for greater experience, and new facets are sculpted, seeded, and shared as a fractal of light in the form of your own unique language. And that reminds me of another thing. The violet flame. I've mentioned the violet flame in a past video, but I've never touched on what it is. So, the violet flame, you know, I did a reading on it and everything, and my angel has confirmed that it is the Holy Spirit. Saint Francis, like, also confirmed it, but, the violet flame, the first time we see the Holy Spirit in the Bible is, when, and this goes back from my studies of the Rosary, but it was when they were having a feast, and the violet flame came down. I mean, they didn't specify what color it was, but it was fire. We now know that it is the violet flame, but it came down, and it gave everybody the ability to speak in tongues, which means everybody could understand everybody, like, no matter what language they spoke. And, you know, so that's, the violet flame has also been, has been known as a cleansing fire as well. And, you know, when you say, I am the violet flame, it, incites, it calls, it calls the Holy Spirit into your soul to cleanse it. And, you know, because God said that I am what I am. And, you know, a lot of the power of the violet flame comes from I am statements, too. Like when you start saying, I am great, or I am strong, or I am powerful. So, you know, like another thing, too, that I'd like to point out is dragons can actually control what their fire does. They can actually burn things, and then they can tone it down to where it only burns negative energy, or positive energy, depending on what they're trying to do. But, we'll get into that in another video. I have a separate video planned for that. There's something I wanted to add. This also just goes back into words can either hurt or heal. And, you know, there's power behind your words, and, you know, sometimes you have to use your fire that the Lord has gifted you to burn bridges, to cut off, people that are intentionally harming you. Alright. let's do our scrying for the day. Let me move the cards because I don't want them to bend. So, let's do this. Okay. Getting a cooling, soothing energy. Okay, it's starting to burn a little. In the center of my palm. It's getting ice cold now. Not sure what that means yet. I keep hearing the song no, it wasn't Welcome to the Show, it was Stayed Gone from Has Been Hotel, which that whole video was the music video, the song. It was a battle of words, so I think this just goes back into what I was saying. I'm actually seeing Vox right now to confirm that from Has Been Hotel. I see a boomerang. What you put out into the world will come back. So I guess if, I do want to clarify that is not unjust. That is, if you do something to an innocent person for no reason, that will attract bad karma. But, if somebody does something to you, then that kind of gives you, license to throw it back, I mean, that's where the return to sender thing comes into. It's a spider. Ooh, I see a spider. Orb weaver. Orb weavers have the strongest silk. It's actually used in reconstructive medicine. Muscle reconstructive, and it's also used in eye medicine. They can also deliver a painful bite because they're in the Black Widow family, but they're not poisonous. They are scary looking, though. They don't like to be touched either. I think they're pretty aggressive. But they're, the light shines on their web. It creates a golden sheen. I don't know if there's a message in that. I know that a spider web also represents intuition, because it can feel vibrations of when a fly gets caught in it. And it can also feel vibrations of potential predators. It's actually why my owl tattoo has a spider web around his eye, to represent intuition and to serve as a reminder for me to listen to my intuition, because the one time I didn't, I ended up in serious trouble. I almost got killed. And I will never not listen to my intuition or anything my guides say ever again. I will never brush that off. I will never let anybody tell me that I'm being irrational or crazy again. Because, my intuition usually isn't wrong. I mean, it's never been wrong before. And my cards have never been wrong before, but that's a different topic for a different video. Ball is starting to warm up now, but it's still cool. See a moth. I used to call them night butterflies. A lot of moth caterpillars, they will eat poisonous plants to protect themselves from predators. So if you eat a moth, they're really poisonous. Okay, I'm starting to get really hot. I can feel myself sweating. I don't know why. I don't know what that means. I see a swan. I saw a duck turn into a swan. Oh, okay, so it's a good ugly duckling message. You may feel, people around you may make you feel like an ugly duckling, but remember that you are a swan. Don't let anybody take that away from you. You are a swan. Okay, I'm feeling some pain in the back of my neck. Alright, it's had enough. Ah! Okay. Now, I will end the video with a sound cleanse. If you liked this video and these messages healed you, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, click that notification bell, and if you'd like to receive a private reading from Adama or any of my other guides, please visit my Etsy shop, DragonRealmBoutique, where I'm also selling Talisman and divination tools. For a limited time only, I'm selling a Kali deck with various other charms. One of them is a Indian turquoise, one of them is a Angel Aura quartz, one's a stainless steel snake charm, and one's a seashell. I think there was another one, but I can't remember what it was. It's in the picture and in the description. I've got it packaged up over here already, so it's ready to go if you just would order it, you know. The heck, my bell's coming unscrewed. I didn't even know it could do that. Okay, until next time, fellow dreamers.